Alright, so Kuro Games has just dropped the newest version for Wuthering Waves, version 1.3 to the shore's end. Along with it is new characters in the form of the shorekeeper. There's a new 4-star coming within the next banner. I think it's in Gion's rerun banner. And just my personal opinion, I think the rerun banner was a bit too quick. I think it would have been better if it was around maybe like 1.5 or something, but that's just me. And along with that, new quests, limited time events, and a new area, per usual, you know, all this gacha stuff. So, we're gonna check it out. It's been a while since I've logged into Wuthering Waves. I didn't exactly play the 1.2 version. It wasn't really all that interesting to me. I did get Jaja, or I think that's how it's pronounced. I did get her. I didn't get I forgot the guy's name, the free one, because I didn't log in. But I think the version 1.3 is a bit interesting. I haven't watched any of the promotional like trailers and stuff like that, so I hope it surprises me. And yeah, I don't know how I'm going to structure this video. I might not include the quest in this video. I might just skip to the part where I finish it and just talk about my thoughts regarding the quest. Or I might just put in like tidbits of like, you know, cool stuff within the quest. So yeah, let's get started.
Yes. Need something?
Arlecchino, what the fuck are you doing in Wuthering Waves? Yang Yang still sounds sleepy, but it is much better than before. She talks a lot faster now. I think one of my gripes back then with like the voice direction for Yang Yang is that she just talks so slow. And it just kind of like, it's like a weird pace.
I sense the presence of tacit discords below.
Alright, so we are officially in the Black Shores, and so far it looks great. I like the aesthetic. It's more blue than I expected. I was expecting like a bit more color pop in, but this is fine as well. This is fine. Oh, nice. Get some Portal gameplay here. Not gonna lie, I love this place now. The music is on point as well. The music is really good right now. It really fits the vibe.
I heard her voice.
Really? That's her name? Just Agent? Who are you, Coulson? Oh, Jesus Christ, that scared the shit out of me. What the fuck? Hey, what's up? You're a different color than usual. Look at that. There's 3 shorekeepers. Very nice. Oh, I never realized that she floats when you do like a basic attack and then you idle after that. That's really cool.
This place is filled with hatred.
It's filled with something else other than hatred.
Clear as the blaze.
Oh. Alright. That was cool.
Program copied. Core computational unit installation in progress. Target confirmed. Chief Steward.
Hold on.
How are
Don't
we
let
getting
go.
swept but not
Initiate
shorekeeper
master
though?
command.
Hey! Hey! No
No.
one told me about bondage.
Let go! No! No! Your journey will not end here.
Yes, it does. The fuck? Oh.
Tell me this story later. When we meet again. Farewell.
Huh?
Backup plan enabled.
Wait, that was the physical. Wait, no, this is just. I'm confused. Wasn't that just like a like a digital projection of the lament.
Just seeing this star is enough to calm any restless thoughts. It brings me peace. And now, this star is here, right before me.
Damn, the Riz. Shorekeeper got Riz.
She gave you her access? Are you somebody important that we should know about?
Yeah, I'm God. I'm God in this world. Wait, are we in Firmament? This kind of looks like Mount Firmament. Let go. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, okay, okay. This is actually really cool.
Use the grapple to leave.
Nope.
The Earth rent
Whoa.
asunder. The world reduced to ashes.
Oh, this is really cool. Bro, this is like some very anime shit
My
right now.
story ends here.
Okay, I actually kind of like this boss fight, not gonna lie. It's really cool.
Defense verification unsuccessful. This system must continue to function. Reinitiating command. Implementing third contingency protocol. Execute formatting. Target. Shorekeeper.
Oh shit, we're gonna fight Shorekeeper? Oh, never mind.
Formatting. 37%.
No! Yo, Rover, get your ass over there.
Formatting. 62%. Formatting. 85%. Formatted. The storekeeper will be the new computational unit. Only this ensures system continuity. It is the only way to defeat the lament.
You better let her go!
Ooh, okay. Damn. Oh, come on.
I will not leave anyone behind!
I actually
That
thought she was going to
sounds
start singing. I've already met my Mona Lisa. God, I love this game. Alright, so I had just finished the current 1.3 quest line to the Shore's End. Well, technically I finished it like 2 days ago. I had just forgotten to do this part of the video, but here we are. Now, overall, I think it was a great quest. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Now, I have some thoughts, obviously, and we'll go through that. Hopefully, I can convey what I'm trying to say. So, yeah. Right, so we start off the quest with Yang Yang talking to Yuhu, or, you know, she introduces herself properly. So Yuhu, or whatever how it's pronounced, is an antique seller looking for, you guessed it, antiques, ever since Mount Firmament reopened to the public. And she is also looking for the Black Shores, very conveniently. So we decide to team up to look for the Black Shores together. After some back and forth talking, introducing ourselves with one another, we meet up with a bloom bearer named Nia. She is investigating a weird frequency that's been happening in the port city of Guisha, which is quite relevant because Guisha was swallowed up by the lament. I'm not entirely sure if this was mentioned before this quest, but regardless, they were sent here by the Theta system to investigate the said frequency. So the Theta system is one of the main focal points of this story. I'll touch on the Theta system a little bit later. So we agreed to help Nia and then find out that the agents that she sent out is now dead. After a while, an enigmatic ghost appears calling herself Hoda and claiming to be a bloom bearer for the Black Shores. Now she says a lot of weird stuff like, "We are the gravitational force you seek. We need to fulfill our promise that we once promised to the Black Shores," and stuff like that. Now, after some time, we were leaving the area to gather the bodies. We now get introduced to a cutscene. Ooh, cutscene.
Thanks.
Hey, not my fault. Oh, there she is. Okay, I wasn't expecting to meet her this early. God damn.
Welcome home.
Okay, so after the cutscene, we get saved by the shorekeeper. We pass out. We wake up at the beach near the Black Shore's headquarters. We get a scene of like the shorekeeper looking after us. We head out. We arrive at like the base of operations for the Black Shores. We meet up with Alto. You know, we talk with Alto for a bit. He gives us a guide, or he gives us a tour on the Black Shores and introduces us to a few bloom bearers. Now, this is where the story kind of really begins. The whole like point, or like the focal point for the story, is about the Tethys system, the lament, and the relationship between the shorekeeper and the rover. Now, let's talk about the shorekeeper for a while. Now, aesthetically, I really like her design. She's like a 10 out of 10 for me. Um, I have like a soft spot for like blue haired characters for some reason. But overall, I like her design. I like her color palette, her color hues, like the blues and the whites. I love this like two separate colors on like her the veil or whatever it's called. Like her whole aesthetic is like based around like flowers and butterflies, which is great. She really reminds me of Black Swan from Honkai Star Rail, which is a good thing. I like Black Swan, where Black Swan gives off like this very dangerous, I'll snap your neck in two if you don't obey me vibes. Shorekeeper gives off a more elegant and pure vibes, which I really appreciate and I really like. Now, I did play the entire quest in English because I wanted to see if the English voice acting got improved, and for the most part, it did. Now, Yang Yang still sounds sleep deprived. I think maybe that's just me. If you enjoy Yang Yang's voice acting, that's great. But for me, I think she sounds sleep deprived. But she has improved. I think she's like a solid 6. I would say 6.5. Whereas like in previous patches, especially in like 1.0, she was like a bit of like a 2 and a 3 for at least for me. So there is an improvement. I'm not sure who voiced Shorekeeper in English, but I think she did an amazing job. I like her voice. She has this British accent, I think. Yeah, she has a British accent, which for the most part, I think it kind of fits her style, her aesthetic. She has this like reserved, like kudere style of like a personality. You know, she doesn't show off that much emotions, which I think is really cute. Now, the rover did get some few dialogues in the quest, and for the most part, it's actually good. It's actually good. The part where rover actually has dialogue is really it's really good. It has emotions, it has depth. So I really appreciate that. Now, mechanically, I think the Shorekeeper is a viable and good character. She is a healer, so Verena, the main character of Wuthering Waves, can now take a back seat for the most part. Shorekeeper can fill out the role of a healer. And for the most part, I really like her movements. I like her, like, what do you call this? Animation styles. Really reminds me of Kokomi from Genshin Impact, where she's like floating, she's like underwater, swerving in the air. It's really elegant, fits her aesthetics really, really well. Gameplay wise, she's fun. She's fun to use. She provides a lot of heals for the team. She provides crit rate, crit damage buffs, and all that. You have this sick butterfly mode that you can do with her, which is actually kind of good. Like, it's not too slow that it feels like irrelevant. It's fast enough, but it does consume a lot of stamina. And I do appreciate Kuro introducing movement mechanics and implementing them into characters, and I do hope we get more of that in the future. Overall, I like the Shorekeeper. She's a really fun character. She's a really good character, and she'll be in my team for a long time, I would imagine. I did have to spend money on her because I lost my 50-50, as always. But regardless, if you're planning to pull on her, good luck. So I mentioned the Tethys system earlier. So it's kind of like an AI or a supercomputer that the Black Shores relies. The Black Shores relies on its calculations to like observe, forewarn, or try to solve anything like lament related. Now a lot of stuff went like over my head in regards to like the information regarding the Tethys, but from what I've gathered, it uses the lament and its emotions that's related to it in a controlled environment to forego its calculations to understand and research about lament related things. Just a quick side note though, I really like this part of the quest where it turns into like a 2D platformer. It's really unique, and I really hope they add more like this kind of like scenarios in the game. Now, the quest does gives us a bit of information regarding Rover and our relationship to the Black Shores. It was here revealed that we were the leader of the Black Shores. We were the ones who established the Black Shores in order to combat and research about the lament. So we need to find a replacement for the core that the Tethys uses because it's failing and it's now causing like a black hole or something like that. Now I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm an expert in like constructing storytelling or determining whether a story is good or not. But overall, I did enjoy the quest. Now, the whole quest revolves around us trying to fix the Theta system. We need to replace its core, and then we find out that the core that the Theta system needs to have like an emotion attached to it. And the best candidate for that is the Shorekeeper. Now, this is where some of the backstory is revealed as to why we left the Black Shores, because the rover knows what's the best solution is to use the Shorekeeper as the core for the Tethys. Obviously, the rover doesn't want that, so we set out on a journey to find an alternative. So in between that and the beginning of the game where we got woken up by the goddess, that part right there is like still like blank, I would assume, at least from what I've gathered. All right, so we're gonna skip like a further bit into the story. So at this point of the story, Shorekeeper sacrifices herself to become the core of the Tethys. We go back to the real world. We explain it to the other members. Obviously, we don't want that, so we talk to them for an alternative. I am stuttering so much. Sorry. Regardless, now at this point, I think this would have been like a very great end or like a cliffhanger for the story. Okay, so hear me out. So after that scene where we talk to the other members about what happened, Shorekeeper sacrificing herself to the Tethys system, I think that would have been like a great end and leaves us on a cliffhanger and introduces us to the 1.4 storyline where Camellia will, appear. Quick note again, kind of disappointed that Camellia didn't appear in the story. Just me, probably, I think. Regardless, that bit would be a great cliffhanger. And then we get introduced to the 1.4 story where Camellia arrives at the Black Shores. We explain to her what happens, and then we ask her to help us out. And obviously, Camellia being our biggest simp, she agrees to help us. So now we set out on a journey to find a replacement for the Tethys core. At the same time, try to save the Shorekeeper. I think that would have been like a great like structure for the story. Now, I'm not saying that what they did with the current story is bad. Again, I'm no expert in these. It's just my opinion. It's still a happy ending. We still save the Shorekeeper. Obviously, the Shorekeeper is a very important person for the rover. They have like a student master relationship, kind of similar to what Chang Li and Jinxie has. Though for the Shorekeeper, I'm still confused about like her entire existence. She isn't entirely human. They mentioned that she is like made out of like the Sonoro spear. So from my understanding, she's kind of like a data, if you would. Now overall, I think the story was great. Was it cliched? Was it very tropey? In my opinion, kind of, but I think that's fine. Not every story should be very complex and very deep. You can have a very simple and straightforward story and have it still be interesting. You can have the characters, the moments, the combat carry the entirety of the story, and that's still fine. Now, I don't know where I would rank this story because, on one hand, it does give us a lot of information regarding the rover and the Black Shores. On the other hand, it is kind of cliched, as I mentioned, and I don't mean that in a bad way, but that's just something that I have in mind. It does have great moments. I'll give them that. Like this one right now, this was like really cool. Now, I did wish that you actually need to dodge like the lasers that the fucking machine was firing off. But regardless, I still think it was like a great moment, and overall the story was pretty decent. It was pretty good. Now, this bit right here is like near the end of the story. So this is where we get introduced to like the new boss fight, the fallacy of no return. It's a pretty fun boss fight, I would say. The design is really cool. The moveset it has is really cool as well. Overall, I just like the boss fight. I like the echo as well, like the new echo that this boss fight has. It's really cool. Now, overall, I think the 1.3 patch for Wuthering Waves is a very good patch. In my opinion, it introduces us to a lot of quality of life changes, a good story, a very, very good character. Gives us information regarding Rover's past and all that. All right, so what about you guys? What did you think of the story? I think it was pretty good. I would rank it like an 8 out of 10. I still think I don't know where I would rank this in between the Mount Firmament storyline or this one. Still kind of hard for me. Now, in regards to the location, I still prefer the Mount Firmament location. This might be a bit biased on my part, but I do love Mount Firmament's location because of like all of the color variations it has. That's not to say that the Black Shores isn't beautiful. It is beautiful. It has this beautiful shorelines, all this like techno vibe. Well, the one thing I will say though, I do love the implementation of like a modern sci-fi vibe that this place has, and I think that's like a really good choice. Like they're not sticking with like the whole fantasy and like mystical vibes for each location, and I hope Kuro does this in the future where they switch up like the overall aesthetic of like each area. For one area we go into like a fantasy mystical theme, and then the next one will be a more modern and sci-fi theme. It keeps it fresh, if that makes sense. Once again, this was a very good patch, and I highly recommend trying it out if you haven't played Wuthering Waves. It is a gacha game, just keep that in mind. So there are like predatory like things that they do. That's like the whole nature of the gacha game like genre. Combat is still fun. Traversal is still fun with like the wall running, the grappling, and with the introduction of the butterfly thing that the shorekeeper has. The storyline is good. The voice acting has improved a lot. They've done a lot of quality of life changes over these past few patches. And I'm excited for 1.4 when Camellia comes out. So, what did you think about 1.3? Did you enjoy the story? Have you do you have Shorekeeper? How did you build her? I'm really curious. And yeah, that is about it for this video. Leave a like if you enjoyed it. Comment down below what you think about what I said. I probably missed a lot of points that I wanted to talk about because mainly I don't like really write scripts when I'm making these types of videos. Jesus Christ, that is bright as hell. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. GG's.